Not only are the new Star Wars films better than the prequels, they might even be better than the originals. No. No, they're not. What's up, everyone? I'm Drunk 3PO for Geeks and Gamers, and a few days ago, I did a video about the CNET article claiming that the Disney Star Wars movies are worse than the prequels. And of course, I was wondering when someone would have a rebuttal to that article. And I should have guessed it would be the Mary Sue. But to say that they're better than the original trilogy, yikes. Let's go see what in the world they're talking about. Again, this comes from the Mary Sue. If you want to read it for yourself, you can go over to their website and check it out. Not only are the new Star Wars films better than the prequels, they might even be better than the originals. You're free to write whatever you want, but remember, when you write or say something, expect a rebuttal or something worse. Another weekend, another bad take on the internet making people mad. Yesterday, the article from CNET, which I did a video on, you can check it out here, right here on Geeks and Gamers. They made the bold claim that the new Star Wars trilogy is worse than the prequels. It's a clickbaity headline. It's a clickbaity headline. Then she goes on to say, wrong. On every meaningful way, the new Star Wars films are miles better than the prequel trilogy, and in some ways, they're actually better than the originals. Yes, I said it. I said it. And guess what? I will say, you're wrong. I said it. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. I said it. I feel better. But we've all been saying it. Maybe not everyone. A few people. Majority of people. A lot of majority of people have been saying that the new Star Wars films are not that. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. So basically, she goes on, the author of this article, talks about how she criticizes the other article about talking about the plot arcs, the character beats in the new films. But he says the argument rests on a very bad premise, mainly because he's talking about a trilogy that isn't complete yet. Saying you can't criticize Rey's arc for being unfocused if you don't know where she's going. And the critique on the plots are completely bad too. The author argues that the new films have no dramatic stakes, and what we don't get big deaths like Qui-Gon in the prequels. I guess he was asleep when Han Solo got skewed by his own son in The Force Awakens. Or when Rey and Kylo unexpectedly killed the Red Herring and the big bad in The Last Jedi. Those were not dramatic deaths. I'm sorry. Han, we kind of knew was coming. Qui-Gon, I did not see coming a mile away. I didn't think Qui-Gon would be killed. So that was a shock. Darth Maul was also one where I'm like, is he going to be the bad guy through the trilogy? So those were shock. Han, we kind of knew Han was going to die. Did we all know Han was going to die in this film? Was that like walking into it? We kind of knew that his day, the way Harrison Ford talked about his character and stuff. Supreme Leader Snooki dying? No, did anybody care? Was that like a moment? It was kind of like, by that time we got to the film, we were just like, yeah. So what is her issue here? She says the prequel trilogy were essentially bad, fanatically made independent by a man. Gotta throw that out there. Who didn't care about emotion, plot, or impact. They were boring. 2-hour-long toy commercials with wooden dialogue, terrible acting that used CGI and digital technology to place characters in environments where they looked as lifeless and fake as possible. Dang! She comes out swinging on the prequels. The prequels were bad. Wow. They were boring. They were toy commercials. The prequels were toy commercials? Wow. The Last Jedi is objectively the best Star Wars movie. The best looking. The most interesting. Oh, my goodness. Who are these people? The new Star Wars films, including Rogue One and Solo, get back to solid, real filmmaking and fun, complex characters that made the first Star Wars trilogy great. Instead of sucking the life out of the myth and majestic, the prequels suck the life out of the myth. Sorry, I'm starting to laugh. It's She goes on to say Freddie Price Jr. reminded us it's just a movie for kids. Yeah, when Anakin sliced up all those younglings, it's a movie for kids. Cut off the head of Dooku in the hands. Yeah, it's just for kids. Yeah, all that's just for kids. He choked out his wife. That's something you put in a kid's film. You know, that's something you put in. Everyone dying. That's something. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Just for kids. Good stuff. But the characters in these new films are far more complex and interesting. Tell me the truth. You didn't really write this. They seem morally ambiguous and rebellious. One might say better. Wow, they're better. Finn, I will say this over and over. I had super high hopes for Finn. It would have been so cool to have his story wrapped up in a Force user type. I don't know what I'm doing. I've always had this thought and everything. Last Jedi comes around. He's a bumbling goof. You could literally take Finn and Rose out of The Last Jedi, and it will not change the movie whatsoever. It won't change the direction of the film. They did nothing. They did nothing but take up time. That's it. They did nothing. She goes on to attack. They said there's more than one person of color. Wow. There's more than one woman. Wow. She says, yes, we're going there. The diversity in the new Star Wars films place them miles above the originals and prequels. These women and people of color have agency that just don't die of a broken heart. All right, making fun of Padme here. The whole point of the new trilogy is how important a diverse and democratic force is. Really? That's the whole point of the new trilogy? Man. But it was J.J. Abrams, Rian Johnson, and perhaps most importantly, Kathleen Kennedy that got what worked in Star Wars and improved it. Wow. Their films weren't made just to sell toys. Well, ain't that the truth? I can go to any toy store and find Last Jedi toys with like a cake of dust on it because nobody cares. Or to tell dry, unmoving backstories. Wow. They made films to inspire audience. All audience. Well, they inspired me. They inspired me to make a YouTube channel. I'll tell you that much. And that's why, by my reckoning, they're better than anything that has come before. Well, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. But she really goes in hard on the prequels. Boring. Where was that again? Let's just say that one more time. They're bad. They're bad films made by a man who didn't care about emotion. Huh. Rian Johnson, JJ, made by men. Interesting. Okay. 2-hour-long toy commercials. Yeah, let's bring the toy issue back because The Last Jedi ain't selling nothing because nobody cares. And too much CGI. Placed in environments where they look lifeless and fake. Man, that hurts. As someone that loved Episode 3 as my favorite Star Wars film, that really sucks. It's the complex issue of Anakin Skywalker turning into Darth Vader. I've said this a million times before. Yes, some of the dialogue was dry. Some of the acting could have been a tad better. But is it an enjoyable Star Wars film? Yes, it is. And it is a complex story of the fall of Anakin Skywalker into Darth Vader. And who we got as Obi-Wan Kenobi. We will be talking about those characters over and over. We still talk about Anakin Skywalker. We still talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi. We don't talk about Rey. We don't talk about Finn. We don't talk about Poe. We talk about them in jokes. We talk about them, how bad their characters have been written. This isn't about the actors or actresses. This is about a terrible Star Wars film. The Last Jedi was a franchise killer. It was horrible. You destroyed characters that we love to push your characters up, and that doesn't work. It doesn't work. And this whole making a movie just for diversity reason, that forced diversity doesn't work. Yes, you can have diversity in films, and yes, it can be done amazingly well. But when you make a movie just to force diversity, the movie comes out terrible in what we got, and it has split the fan base. You cannot deny that. I don't even know if it's split. Like, I don't even know. Like, it could be more than just split. So, there we are. Well, there's the rebuttal, folks. It's Drunk 3PO with Geeks and Gamers. I got through it without laughing too much. I got through it. Tell me your thoughts below. What do you think? Does she have valid points here, or not? And then with that, that is how that is. I'll see you next time.
Hey everyone, it's Jeremy from geeksandgamers.com, and if you're a fan of Geeks and Gamers, please go to our website, visit our merchandise store. We have t-shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies, tank tops, and in the very near future, we're going to have many more products for you to choose from. So thank you for the support. We appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.